Today let's learn how to make this Afghan with flowers popping out. The flowers are worked as you work the ripples and are not attached separately. So let's begin. Chain any multiple of 18 plus 3. I'm going to chain 54 plus 3. So I've chained 54 and then I will add 3 more for the turning chain. 1, 2 and 3. Now we'll work double crochet stitches into the back bumps of these chain stitches. 1 double crochet into the 4th chain from hook. That's 1, 2, 3 and 4. The beginning chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So you have worked an increase by working 2 double crochet into the same stitch. Next, work 1 double crochet in the next 6 chains. Then work a double crochet 2 together or a double crochet decrease in the next 2 stitches. One more double crochet decrease in the next 2 stitches. One double crochet in the next 6 stitches. Now you will work 2 increases in the next 2 stitches by working 2 double crochet into each of them. 1 double crochet, 1 more double crochet into the same stitch. You've completed 1 increase and now 1 more increase in the next stitch. 1 double crochet, 1 more double crochet into the same stitch. Now 1 double crochet in the next 6 stitches. That is the 6th double crochet, and then you work 2 decreases. Double crochet decrease in the next 2 stitches. one more double crochet decrease across the next 2 stitches, one double crochet in the next 6 stitches, two increases in the next 2. So let's work a first increase, one double crochet, one more double crochet into the same stitch. You completed 1 increase, one more increase in the next stitch, so you work 2 double crochet into the next 1, 2. So now you have worked 2 increases. Now work 1 double crochet in the next 6 stitches. I'm sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then work 2 decreases. So let's start our first decrease. One more decrease across the next 2 stitches. One double crochet in the next 6 stitches, chains, I'm sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then work 2 double crochet into the very last chain. So that brings us to the end of row 1. You can see that your work is slightly waving. Where you have the decreases is where you have the valleys, and where you have the 2 increases is where you have the peaks. And in between the decreases and the increases, you have 6 double crochet, and that is how the pattern goes. So let's begin row 2. Chain 1 and turn. Chain 1 does not count as a stitch. 1 single crochet into the same stitch. The second row is just a row of single crochet all across. No increases and no decreases. So I'll meet you at the end of the round. Just work 1 single crochet in each stitch across. I'm at the end of row 2 and I have 2 more stitches to work into, which is the last double crochet and the beginning chain 3. So I work a single crochet into each of them, 1 single crochet into the last double crochet and 1 on top of the beginning chain 3. To start the third row, chain 3 and turn. And we are going to repeat the same sequence we did with the very first row to create our ripple. 1 double crochet into the same stitch as the beginning chain 3, 1 double crochet in the next 6 stitches, 1 2 3 4 5 6, 2 decreases in the next 4 stitches, 2 double crochet decreases. I finished 1 decrease. Now 1 more. I've completed 2 decreases and then 1 double crochet in the next 6 stitches. Now we'll work 2 increases, so 2 double crochet into each of the next 2. 1 and 2 double crochet into the same stitch. That completes 1 increase. 2 double crochet in the next stitch, and that completes the second increase. 1 double crochet in the next 6 stitches. 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. 2 decreases. One double crochet in the next 6 stitches. Now we'll work 2 increases, 2 double crochet into the next stitch, 2 double crochet again into the next. We've completed 2 increases, 1 double crochet into the next 6 stitches, now we work our 2 decreases, 1 decrease completed, 1 more decrease, 1 double crochet in the next 6 stitches, two double crochet in the very last stitch. So that completes row 3. Now we'll change colors, but we won't join the color at this end or turn our work as usual. But we will start a new color on the same side without turning. We'll start a new color here at the top of the beginning chain 3 of the row you just completed. So fasten off this color. The stitch counts stay the same throughout every single row. Your stitch count will be a multiple of 18 since I chained 54 plus 3. The stitch counts for each of the rows will stay 54. So let's join the next color on the same side without turning our work. Insert your hook into the top of the beginning chain 3 of the row you just completed. Pull up a loop with a new color. Chain 1, 1 single crochet into the same chain 3. In this row, we'll be working our flowers. As we work our single crochet row, every time we reach, not every time, every alternate decrease or increase, we'll be working a flower. So there is a decrease here, and we'll work a flower here. We'll skip the increase and then work a flower in the next decrease. So this row will be working our flowers in the decreases, in the middle 2 legs of the decreases. If you see, these are the 2 decreases, and you will be working your flower across this leg and this leg of the decreases, the middle ones. You'll start working your petals down this leg, 3 of the petals, and then you'll work your way up through the next leg, working the next 3 petals. And then you will continue to work your single crochet. So here is how you do it. You've worked 1 single crochet into the same stitch as the beginning chain, 1 single crochet in the next 9 stitches, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So when you start your flower, you should be in the middle of both your decreases. That's where you should end. So let's start making a flower. I'm going to work 3 petals down this post. Fold your work to bring that double crochet on top. Fold your work like that. Hold the double crochet with your fingers. Pull it up a little bit. Insert your hook under that post and make a slip stitch. Chain 2, 1 double crochet in around the same post, chain 2 and slip stitch. That makes the first petal, and you have to make 2 more into the same post before you turn and start working into the one behind. Chain 2, 1 double crochet, chain 2, slip stitch around the same post. 2 petals formed. Just pull your petals so that it gives you space to make your third one. Chain 2, 1 double crochet in to the same, around the same post, chain 2, and 1 slip stitch again around the same post. So now you have made 3 petals. Now rotate your work and work into the double crochet before it. Start with a slip stitch around the post, chain 2. You'll be working 3 petals across this post as well. Chain 2, 1 double crochet around the same post, chain 2, slip stitch. You made your first petal. Make 2 more like that. Chain 2, 1 double crochet, chain 2, and slip stitch. Chain 2, move your petals, 1 double crochet, chain 2, and slip stitch around the same post. Now you completed your flower. Chain 1, open up your fold and look behind your flower for your single crochet stitches. 1 single crochet in the next 18 stitches. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. if you did this right, you should be between 2 decreases like you see here. And you will work your next flower down this post and up this one. If your stitch count is off, you won't reach between the 2 decreases after you work your 18 stitches, which means you would have missed a stitch behind the flower. That is generally where you mess up. So make sure you haven't missed any stitch behind the flower. After your 18 single crochet, you have to be between your 2 decreases. And that's where you'll work your second flower. So let's start our second flower. Fold your work. Insert your hook under the post of the stitch and complete a slip stitch. Chain 2, 1 double crochet around the post, chain 2, slip stitch around the same post. You made your first petal, chain 2, 1 double crochet around the same post, chain 2, and slip stitch, chain 2, 1 double crochet, chain 2, and a slip stitch. So you made your 3 petals. Now rotate your work again and work 3 petals into the previous double crochet. If the loop on your hook is a little loose, tug your yarn and make it tight before you work your slip stitch into the next post. Chain 2, 1 double crochet, chain 2, slip stitch, chain 2, 1 double crochet, chain 2, slip stitch, chain 2, 1 double crochet, chain 2, and slip stitch around the same post to complete your flower. Chain 1, fold your flower to the front, find your next free stitch and work 1 single crochet in the next 18 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Now you have reached between your 2 decreases again, and that is where you will work your third flower, just the way you worked your first and your second one. So I'll make my third flower and meet you after that. I've completed my third flower. Now I'll chain 1 and work 1 single crochet into the remaining 8 stitches to the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So that brings us to the end of round 5. Now let's start the next row. Chain 1 and turn. And you will work, this is a regular single crochet row. You will work 1 single crochet into each stitch across to the end. But there is a likelihood that you might miss a stitch or 2 behind the flower. So be very careful there. On either side of your chain stitch, which is this vertical stitch running up, you have 2 stitches which might look a little smaller or a little less visible, but you shouldn't be missing those ones or your stitch count will be off. So let's start. 1 single crochet in the same stitch, 1 single crochet in the next and each stitch across. I reach behind the flower and I'm working into this stitch, which is on the right side of the chain stitch running vertically. So this one, and the next stitch will also be a little small. Turn your work and see where it is and insert your hook and work a single crochet into that and each stitch across. And every time you work behind the flower, make sure you don't miss the 2 stitches on either side of the chain stitch, and that you don't accidentally work into the chain stitch which runs vertically as opposed to the horizontal ones in the current row. Work 1 single crochet to the end, and then I'll meet you at the end of the row. I've reached the end of my row 5. I'm going to work my last stitch, insert my hook into the last stitch, pull up a loop, and when I have 2 loops left on my hook, I join back the cream color. I can now safely fasten off the peach and keep it out of the way. Chain 3 in the cream color joined, and I'm going to start doing the ripple row just like we worked the 3rd row or the 1st row. So chain 3, that is the first double crochet, 1 double crochet into the same stitch, that counts as our first increase, 1 double crochet in the next 6, two decreases, that's the first decrease, second decrease, 1 double crochet in the next 6 stitches, two increases, which is 2 double crochet worked into 1 stitch, completed 2 increases, then 1 double crochet into the next 6 stitches, two decreases, one double crochet in the next 6 stitches, two increases, one double crochet in the next 6 stitches, two decreases, one double crochet in the next 6 stitches, and 2 double crochet in the last stitch. Chain 1 and turn. So we just completed our 6th row, and the 7th row, the next row is just a row of single crochet stitches all across to the end. Chain 1 does not count as a single crochet, so you work a single crochet into the same stitch as chain 1 and 1 single crochet into each stitch across to the end. I'll meet you at the end of the row. So I'm at the end of my 7th single crochet row, and I have 2 stitches left, 1 double crochet and the beginning chain 3. work a single crochet into each of them. Chain 3 and turn. And this row, the 8th row, is the same as the 6th row. You will work 1 more double crochet into the same stitch, 6 double crochet, and then 2 decreases, 6 double crochet, 2 increases, and so on to the end. I've worked the last 2 decreases of row 8, and I'll work 1 double crochet in the next 6, and 2 double crochet in the very last stitch. Fasten off. And now we're ready for the next flower row. You don't turn your work, but you join the new color at the beginning of the row you just finished. So insert your hook into the top of beginning chain 3, pull up the new color, chain 1, does not count as a stitch, 1 single crochet into the same place, and this row will be working the flowers at the peaks and not the valleys, so that the flowers will be offset and not right on top of each other. So we are going to have it on the peaks this time and not in the valleys. So we'll be working the flowers into the increases this time, into the middle 2 legs of the 2 increases. We'll work 3 petals down this leg and 3 petals up this leg. So let's start. 1 single crochet in. We have worked a single crochet in the very first stitch. Now 1 single crochet in the next 18. I've completed 18 stitches. That is first 1 single crochet in the very first stitch and then 18 stitches. And if I did this right, I should be in the middle of the 2 increases. And that is where I'll start working my flower. You work into the post of your second increase and the previous double crochet, just as you did with the first one. Slip stitch around the post, chain 2, double crochet around the post, chain 2, slip stitch, chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, slip stitch, move the petals a bit, chain 2, 1 double crochet, chain 2, slip stitch around the post, rotate your work, slip stitch into the previous double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet, chain 2, up, slip stitch, chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, slip stitch, chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, and slip stitch, chain 1, fold the flower to the front, look for the free stitch and work 1 single crochet into that. That's the first single crochet after the flower, and work 18 single crochet in total until you reach the middle of the next 2 increases. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now you'll work a flower here down the post of this increase and up the post of the previous increase, like that. Chain 1 and work 1 single crochet into the remaining 17 stitches to the end. So I'll meet you at the end of the row. Make your flower, make your 17 single crochet, and I'll see you then. I'm at the end of row 9. Let's begin row 10. Chain 1 and turn your work. Row 10 is a regular single crochet row. Just take care that you don't miss the 2 stitches squished behind your flowers. Chain 1 does not count as a single crochet. 1 single crochet in the very first stitch, the same stitch as the chain 1, and 1 single crochet in each stitch across to the end of the row. So work 1 single crochet in each stitch, and I'll meet you at the end of row 10. I have 1 more stitch to finish my round 10, and I'll be joining back the cream color while working the last stitch. Insert your hook into the last stitch, pull up a loop, and when you have 2 loops left on your hook, pull the cream color yarn through. Now you can safely fasten off the purple color. Chain 3 and turn to start your row 11. 1 double crochet in the same stitch as chain 3. Beginning chain 3 counts as a double crochet. The next 3 rows are a repeat of the previous 3 cream rows. That is the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th. Every cream patch will be a repeat of these 3 rows here. That is row 6, 7, and 8. Repeat rows 4 to 13 to make your blanket as big as you want. Every time you add the colors to make the flowers, make sure if your first row, your flowers are in the valleys, the next one it should be in the peaks or the increases.